The road to trading psychology. Where there are people, there are rivers and lakes. People are rivers and lakes. Talk about exit. The financial market consists of people. Market volatility is the embodiment of human nature. Greed and fear is the eternal topic. No matter how the times, the development of the mentality of trading has always had a profound impact. Today, through their own experience, and share with you my trading psychology road. The premise of mentality is to have a trading system. I usually rarely talk to others about the mentality of these nebulous things, not because the mentality is not important, but most people have not come to talk about the mentality of that step. Because talk about mentality must have a premise, is to have a stable trading system, or talk about mentality as a castle in the air. Even technology are not past people, mentality, and then good is not earn money. Like a person who will not drive, even if his mind is good on the road, or will crash. Of course, if you have been losing money, I believe that the mentality is no better, unless you have lost numbness. When I first began to learn technology, around and on the network, many people have told me how important the mentality, what mentality first, mentality accounted for 90%, etc. But this kind of speech must have a premise, that is, you have a perfect trading system, or no matter how much attention to the mentality or loss, I do not have a stable trading system before I have eaten this loss. And at that time, no matter how much my mentality adjusted to the peace and calm, the loss is still loss, just loss. The loss is still loss, just lose a little more spontaneous. In order to adjust the state of mind to achieve the realm of the mind like water, I read a lot of Buddhism, psychology, hypnosis, spirituality, meditation and other books, hard to have to turn themselves into a cultivation of people, but unfortunately the reality is so cruel, the computer account is still a loss, but the loss is no longer so ups and downs without regularity, but the loss of a very stable small downward running capital curve. Although these experiences in order to exercise the mind for the profitability of the time did not help much, but the establishment of my worldview as the enlightenment, so that I have a cause and effect thinking, know that all man-made law, such as dreams and bubbles, such as dew and electricity, should be viewed as such emptiness. Perhaps this is where the divine is fair. Experience these long mentality practice or continue to lose money, I began to slowly wake up, and came to a conclusion, mentality is just a booster, can only make profit people earn more stable, so that lost people lose less, but cannot fundamentally change the end of the profit and loss. Want to turn from loss to profit, you have to build their own trading system. Since then I put a lot of energy in the research and development of their own trading system, read most of the books and videos at home and abroad, everywhere to learn and study. The light of the financial trading books will be filled with 2 bookshelves, almost every day to the early hours of the disc. Think the effect can also go to the real test, until you find your own trading system. Subjective system is the primary factor causing stress. That has a trading system will be able to stabilize the money. This is not necessarily. If your system with a large number of subjective ideas, then you even if you make money is also very tired. If you need to spend a long time, consider a lot of conditions in the end to decide where to enter the market, but also have to spend a lot of time to consider where to exit, then this is a typical subjective system, with a very laborious, single psychological pressure is very big, because you do not know which conditions will fail, do not know when you need to switch technology. I'm here to give you a summary. The more subjective system, the higher the psychological requirements, the greater the psychological pressure. This is why some traders can also be profitable, but always stressed, but also often insomnia. The young fella disease, the most common is neurasthenia, anxiety, insomnia, depression, hair loss, etc. For example, Singapore Bitcoin trading platform 28-year-old CEO Autumn Radke jumped from the 25th floor and committed suicide. I was experiencing these problems because I am a perfectionist. It is difficult to accept a single out of the long and then rose sharply in these cases. So the constant design of the system would like to capture the vast majority of the market profits, the result of the more the conditions change more and more. And finally, the next single need to consider more than a dozen conditions to close a position, and have to think about which is the case. So a large number of subjective trading so that I am physically and mentally exhausted. Now, in order to do trading body into this, cannot help but ask myself, this is my pursuit of life? When I first started trading, it was for the love of technology and freedom, to make a better life for myself and my family, but now am I going against my original intention? Although then, there is a system has no longer loss, but I know that this way, even if you earn more money is not life to spend. I do not want to die young. I do not want to make my family sad. I still have a lot of things to do. After a week of thinking, I realized that the way of trading, the road is simple. A system that is too complex can easily make people tired and full of stress. So I decided to give up my original complex system and prepare to develop a more objective and simple system. My inner vision of trading is like this: easy trading, happy life. Every single order is no longer full of doubts and worries, but a truly calm and relaxed, so that trading has become a part of my life. Not all, in fact. Life in addition to trading and poetry and far away, I want to go to exercise after trading, to drink tea and write, go hiking to see the world. Mindset is very important. The system is more important. The system determines whether you earn money. Mindset determines how much you can do, go far. The road of trading is full of too much loneliness and bumps in the road. My trading psychology road has just opened the curtain. Adhere to the original. Adhere to the most simple language to express the most professional dry goods. Everything in the unspoken. We will see you next issue.